Welcome to Planetized Widnes for this Northern Challenge Cup second leg, and this of course will be the decider. Game that's been played over 2 legs between the Widnes Wild and the Blackburn Hawks, and somebody is going to win this today.
There it is, and isn't it shiny? PR, grab that. No, I'm joking. No. So this is what they're playing for, guys, the Northern Challenge Cup. Obviously, this was originally the M56 Cup, and it did involve the D-side Dragons, but obviously with the turmoil those guys went through, they had to pull out the tournament. However, just a little new, great to see them back in action. They're playing currently, at the moment, as at the time of this broadcast, against the Nottingham Lions. The last time we heard it was 3-3, end of the second, going into the third. Interesting, but great to have the Dragons back. However, attention turns to today, and Gary, I tell you what, we thought we saw a great game last week between Widnes and Solway, and it went all the way to overtime. There's something about these derbies.
Well, funny you should say that, because as it stands, the aggregate score in this one is 3-2 in favour of the Blackburn Hawks. So therefore, it's all to play for. There's only 1 goal in it, and being at Widnes, it's going to be a little bit of a feisty affair.
Well, yes, I think the powder cake's packed nice and tightly in it.
I'm expecting the fireworks, definitely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Even though it's coming up to Christmas. But what a great game this is going to be.
Yeah, certainly, and I think there are a fair few talking points we can take from this one. So we'll jump right in with the biggest one. I think that's going to have the biggest
let's
impact.
Get right into the meat.
Yeah, right into the meat. Past the crust and the pieces, right into the pie. The biggest one that's going to be the standout sort of pivotal thing for me today, no Miles Finney. So Miles Finney will not ice for the Widnes Wild today. They're going to start with Evan Coles. Obviously, Miles has already had other plans structured around this fixture, unfortunately for them. So it's going to be interesting to see. However, I'm expecting it to be Coles and Keddy who start for this one.
Well, I'm expecting Coles to do okay, because he's been waiting patiently in the wings. And we know he's got the capability of pulling out the stops when he needs to. Mm-hmm. Now's the time. You're in the window. Now's the time to shine. So,
well, he's been having a bit of two-way action, and he's been playing in the ladler as well. And he had that brief period where he sat out for the penalties, but now he's back, and like you say, he's hungry. And we know Evan can perform when he needs to, so it's going to be great. But he will need to perform today against an all-firing Blackburn Hawks. And I say that because, interestingly, the previous game between these two teams, there was one notable name missing.
Go on, who was it?
I know his name, actually. It's Aaron Davis.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
For those that did catch the last time when I did the interviews with Aaron, you'll have noticed, unfortunately, he seemed a bit arrogant coming over in the interview. He wasn't. There's an outtake to that. I'd actually forgotten his name.
I'm looking forward to the outtake.
My name went I blanked going into that interview, and that's why he acted like he did.
So who are you talking about again?
So it's Aaron Davis. Number 8.
Yeah,
Captain Fantastic. That's him.
There you go.
But no, Aaron didn't ice in the 3-2 victory over the Widnes Wild in the Challenge Cup, and he didn't ice, interestingly, in that shootout victory against Whitley either.
Right, okay, so...
But take nothing away. I'm pretty sure there's a few Hawks fans that like him here today, maybe in the stands just watching.
Well, I've seen them warming up before on the ice, and I'll tell you what, they look like they're ready to go for this one. They don't want to lose a grip on that lead, but what can we expect from the Wild?
The Wild are going to be short bench today, no doubt about it. I mean, you'll see 3 full lines.
Of course, one big player that's missing.
Yeah, so departure of Lee Kemp last week means there's a big hole there in the defence. Now, that's going to be filled by Bez Hughes, who's now stepping back into defence. But interestingly, there's still a few other names missing from that team sheet. Joe Greaves was one. Yeah. He got really into form. We're going to see Mike Gilbert back as well this week, which is great, because it gives solid second line there that we've seen really performing. I've said it before and I'll say it again, there's going to be a fair few to watch, but Matt Barlow is one of them. You're going to have to keep your eye on Barlow. Corson Herron's another player you're going to have to keep your eye on. And then Rhys Edwards as well. He's really grown into the game.
Well, the thing is, for me, all the form book goes out the window, as we know, for these kind of games. So it's like you've already said, it's like a powder keg just waiting to be lit. I'm expecting a lot of penalties in this game. I know we hate penalties, and it's costly to the teams and that, but I can see a lot of penalties in this one because both teams will be trying to get under each other's skin, trying to get the advantage. It'll be interesting to see how that first period pans out, really.
I've got a feeling this is going to be a very choppy game.
I know a song like that.
I get it, yeah. No, genuinely, we're looking at the way it's going to be set up today. I've got a feeling it's going to be a little bit choppy, a little bit stop-start. I don't think the game's going to flow as people are hoping, unfortunately. However, should both teams come to play the sport and not the mind games instead, then it potentially we could have a real barnstormer on our hands.
Well, I think the officials will play a big part in today.
Well, yeah, that's to be fair, yeah.
Because, of course, the officials for this one...
I'm just looking down now, yeah. So it's Mr. Perrin, Mr. French and Mr. Woodward, sorry, are your officials there. So, yeah.
I think team stripes are going to be a big part in this today because Perrin's not going to allow any of these penalties. He's not going to allow anything to slip. But at the same time, he'll want the game to flow.
Well, that's it. We've seen him get hold of the game by the scruff of the neck a couple of times now. Sometimes it's detrimental to the flow of the game, though, because it is stop-start. However, you can see what he's doing, and he is cutting out all that behind the play, little knocks and nips and things like that, and he's just trying to get the game to flow as hockey as it should be. It's whether each team want to dance to that tune.
Well, the thing is, this is the first time, or the only opportunity before Christmas, that both teams could grab a bit of silverware. And everybody loves a bit of silverware in the cabinet, don't they?
Oh, yes.
Including Ben. You're not getting that cup.
Oh, I'll go then.
But the thing is, this is one of many games that we've been streaming this season, and you can catch all our back catalogue, and hopefully, soon to be announced, some of the games earlier in this season on our YouTube channel, which is BASN TV. Just tune into that. Of course, you can follow us on the usual media outlets, which is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and what's that other one?
Would that be YouTube again?
Oh, YouTube. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. But no, massive thank you to everyone that has purchased one of the streams today. We do appreciate it. Without your support, we wouldn't be here. And we're hoping we can give you a game to watch, because right now, hockey has been at an all-time high. The game, the performances that some of them teams are putting out, the display of talent we've seen at this level of hockey, and it's been getting better as we go up as well.
Well, it bodes well to the teams to have a good youth setup and that, and which ties me nicely into what I'm going to say is if people out there are interested in playing hockey, go along to your local ice rink and get your kids involved in it. Most teams have little kids teams. Widnes Wild have got a great one here. They're doing well for themselves. I know that there's plenty around the leagues and that. Get involved. If you can't get involved as a player, backroom staff in the rinks, they're always looking for people like that.
Official, they're always helping.
Everything. It's all get involved in the sport. You can have some great fun and make some great friends as well. You could even get to get measles. But
don't threaten people with that.
I know, yeah. Well, of course, it's coming up to Christmas period, and this unfortunately will be the last stream that we do before Christmas. We'll be back in the new year, but we want to make sure, Ben, that this is a storm. This is one to go out on.
Well, tell you what, I'm hoping to gift you an amazing game of hockey.
You're going to wrap it?
Well, yeah, we'll wrap it with a bow. The teams are out on the ice, so with that, I think it's time to go down to the ice. It's time to drop the puck. Well, we can see both teams lining up for the national anthems. Well, the anthems are out the way. It's time to play, and what a game we've got for you today. I can tell you now, the Wild are hungry for this one, but the Hawks will be looking to put the hurt on the Wild.
Well, of course, you can't allow league standings to mean anything, Ben, can you?
Exactly. You've already said it's a derby game. It all goes out the window. So straight away looking, it is going to be Alex O'Dale that gets the nod ahead of Ben Keddy. So O'Dale's going to start in between the pipes for the Blackburn Hawks, and up the other end as well. Well, there he is. You see him putting his helmet on now. It's Evan Coles. Coles is going to have a big job today to stand up to some immense firepower. We can see, looking down the Hawks roster, King is there, Lutwich is there, Mayo is there, Jones is there, Riddick is there, Rui Tate's icing. It's going to be an interesting game.
How far away are those little ones at the back there?
I wonder if they play for Bolton, Gary.
I don't know.
I do apologise, still niggling the cough that everybody seems to be having at the moment, so...
Don't give it to me, Ben.
No, we'll try not to. So you can see the starting lineups are now making their way to centre ice under the watchful eye of Mr. Perring and Mr. French.
But they didn't get the memo on that.
No, they are. Don't worry, just give them time. Everything, good things come to those who wait, Gary.
I'm going to use that old saying, Ben.
Go on.
Two teams that know each other well.
Oh, there it is. But
and you could say
you could say that again.
Yeah.
Immediately, though, I'm looking out, and it's interesting. It looks like it's going to be second line of Widnes, possibly the second line of Blackburn. Yeah, Davis is going off, so it is. It's the second versus second. We're going to start with Hyde, Gilbert, and Hopkins. No, Hyde, Britton, and Hopkins, in fact. Interesting mix-up. We got Ollie Piers, Lutwich, and it looks like Lutwich on the far side as well. And away we go for this first period. Hughes and Williamson, the defensive men for the Wild. And immediately Sam Warnock and Cade King go to work. King feeds around for Piers, looks up. Great little play by the Wild, cut inside the dot. Hopkins trying to dig his stick out. Cade, clever hockey there, just enough to delay him. On the half boards on the far side, shoveling snow, and comes out with it is Dan Hyde. Hyde into the corner, spins around, Warnock reads it well. They manage to get a stick in. Hawks, shot comes in, Erdale sees that early, leg pad save into the corner, driven off the puck. It's Dan Hyde, and here come the Hawks, Gary.
Well, starting to look all the Wild trying to get off an early start there, and usually
yeah, shot in early.
Yeah, the Wild normally have a nervous start, don't they? But
so let's not forget, this is the second leg of the Northern Challenge Cup, so it is already 3-2 on aggregate to the Blackburn Hawks. So Wild need to get a goal early in this one to get back on level terms. As that one goes up and out of play, yeah. Well, can see a few laughs and nods and jokes around there, which is great to see. Great sportsmanship. It looks like Barlow and Watson going for the draw. It is the Wild that come out with that one. Look to clear out the zone early. Gilbert holds up on the half board, looks up ice. What's he going to do? Decides to pass it out. Going to be intercepted by Davis. Davis swings it back for Uranix. Uranix has the body put on him. Now Armstrong taking off the puck again. Wild managed to clear the zone, but it's scrappy the way they've done it. Davis slams on a handbrake, spins around, throws it back in. Will Harper icing in the 38 shirt. Harper, the recent signing for the Wild from the Sheffield Scimitars, and the Scimitars suffering a hard time at the moment as the squad slowly depleting and they sit at the bottom of the morally.
Yeah, struggling a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, you can see again, great board play on the far side, holding it up, and that one's going to be blown dead. Interesting, Gary, on that though, we already saw a few departures from the Sheffield Scimitars. One of them wearing the Hawks shirt today, and that's Rui Tate. Tate made the move from the Scimitars quite early on, shortly after his dad Warren Tate made the move. And with that, like I say, the Scimitars are struggling at the moment, but good on them, they're still fighting away. Face off out in front of the Wild bench, taken early, and the Hawks send it backwards under the watchful eye of Rich Hagger. Hagger tries to get something on, it's worked well. Thrown forward by Malachi Budd. Far side now by Edwards. Edwards look to drag it round. Look, which has got the read on him there and decides to throw it forward. Only into the path of Coulter's giving it up, however. That's gone to Tate. Tate put it in the middle. Recovered by the Wild. Clear the zone. Lutwich manages to clear that out. That's Alex Lutwich. Gives it to Coulter again. Coulter off his skate. Loses out. Great little play down the board. You can see the Hawks trying to pinch down the wings, and we know that's going to be an offside goal. Mr. Perrin blows that one quick. We've spoken about it so many times, Gary, and I'm sure the fans at home know this already. The size of the rink here at Widnes, being the smaller size, favours the more physical teams with the defenders that like to really get in the mix.
Yeah, and do you know what? As much as it's a small rink, I think that it's going to play into the favour of Blackburn, really, as opposed to the Wild.
Well, yeah, you know, the Blackburn rink we know is massive, and it does suit some teams, the likes of Blackburn and Solway. However, it is Widnes home ice and King in the corner now, being pursued by Nathan Britton. King slams on, creates a little bit of space, looks up ice and looks to get something going. Forecheck pressure, however, from Hyde and Hopkins. That's going to be a hand pass. Well, Mr. Perrin calls hand pass on Dan Hyde. Hyde looks a little bit confused there.
Yeah, so by my comment there, Ben, where I said it's going to fall in favour of Blackburn, what I mean is the fact that because it's a close rink, if they can crowd out the Wild and stop the plays, then it gives them less chance to manoeuvre, fly the puck around.
Well, you look at the likes of, Cade King, we know, is a unit and knows how to move as well. You got Alex Lutwich, who's quite rapid as well. There's a few good defensemen, Sam Warnock and another one, and they know how to play and they can read the game well. So if they see an opportunity to pinch in, it's going to be easier for them. As shot comes in high, Odell, great blocker save, sends it out, and that's the first real opportunity we've seen from the Wild tonight.
Yeah.
You see Dan Hyde now looks to take a shot again, deflected from Hopkins. Hopkins can't reel it in. King gets a stick on it, clears down. It's going to be pushed forward for Pearce to chase. However, Bez Hughes back in defence for the Wild this week. He's going to get back there first. Looks up ice. Bit of a shovel pass, but they've managed to do it. Turned around for Lutwich. Lutwich sees an opportunity. Shoots right into the glove of Coles. Rebound, and it's in. And there it is. First strike, and it goes to the Hawks. We'll see it again. It was a bad interception for the Wild in mid-ice there. Lutwich capitalises on it. First shot saved, and then it goes up and over Coles. And just like that, Gary.
Well, it's Widnes Wild 0, Blackburn Hawks 1, and the aggregate now extends to 4-2 in favour of Blackburn.
And just checking whether the net's on its moorings.
Yeah, small delay, just off screen. But
Mr. Woodward happy with that, so Mr. French in the middle. And away we go. And that needs to light a fire under Widnes now. He has straight away. They throw the puck on net. And a leg pad save sends it up and out of play. Will Harper laughing and joking there with Alex Dale. Face-off will be right-hand side of O'Dale's net. Watson and Barlow going for the draw. Puck sent round. Picked up quickly by Mayo. Looks up ice. Tries to play it up and over, and that's going to go out of play again. Mr. Perrin says that's going to be another face-off to the right-hand side. Again, Gary, stop and start. It is a little bit scrappy, but this is the team's doing.
Yeah.
16-15 remaining in the first period.
So Blackburn are going to be happy getting that early goal.
Very much so.
Now everything's on Wild's shoulders to try and get back in this.
Exactly. They've set the pace of the game and the tone. And they clear it out now. Good work by the Wild and Barlow. Barlow chops away at that right ear and hit. Gilbert gets in on the mix now. Trying to put it back across. It's left the zone and Harper has to think quick. Harper and Mitchell both icing together now. Played forward. Wild. Go out front. Shot inside netting.
Ooh.
Warnock's there to clear it to Davis. Davis clears the zone. Ruddock back on the ice now. Callum Ruddock sends it forward. You can hear Barlow tapping for that one. Barlow sends it forward and they're going to try and pull the Hawks out. They have. There's two defenders. Can they catch them on the high? That was a bad pass and Mayo's going to reel that one in comfortably. Good tip on by Harcourt into the corner. That was Thacker then dragged it out. Wild looked to turn it around again.
Oh.
Uranix again just being a pain. And that's what he did last time to the Wild. He just was there every time disrupting their flow. And again, Lutwich this time. Just keep resetting the Wild back to having to start again. That first line of the Wild out now. The Hagger, Edwards and Coulter line. Thacker on the ice. Williamson comes over. Shot sails past the net of Coles. Into the corner, trying to dig it out. Thrown forward, comfortably received by King. He's under pressure from Hagger and Edwards. He's got Lutwich for support. Decides to dump it in the corner. Chipped out. Edwards gets there first though for the Wild. Thrown forward again. Williamson dumps it in. It's going to be chased in by Coulter. King gets there first. Sends it backwards out the way of Joe Coulter. Lutwich. Great pass forward onto the stick of Hyde, however. Edwards tries to get there and he can't keep it onside. Wild forced to reset. Hughes decides to test Olade. Calls him a little bit soft there, but luckily for him, the puck sails wide. Williamson wins it in the corner for the Wild. They try and get out to Hyde. Sails through the crease. No one there.
Foot race.
Through the slot. Yeah, no, Hopkins is there. Under the watchful eye appears, though. Hyde does well to reel that one, turn it round. Pushed forward. Britton. It's a little bit scrappy in the middle again. Another shot comes in from Hughes. Hughes has got the hunger. After his few weeks of playing forward, you can tell.
So I fancy him to come forward as well.
Yeah, he's going to be a good two-way defender now, I think. You see it again. Mitchell's been playing that spot well, but Hughes really lighting up. Hyde, however, down this wing. Lovely bit of stick skill. Gets past cross. Still Hyde. Slams on. Sends it back for Britton, who'd lost his edge going down. Hopkins receives it in the corner. Warnock drives him into the board through that. And now Lutwich looks to clear it to Pearce. Pearce, quick pass through. Neutral ice into the stick of Barlow. Turned round once more. Warnock in the corner. Under the eye of Corson Herron. Pearce. Yeah, Corson Herron going to put the body on. And tell you what, Gary, a few checks making sure they're being finished here.
Yeah. Oh, we said it was going to be tasty. Oh,
out in front, that was Gilbert. Barlow just gets a little one in the back. Corson Herron.
Well, they'll be looking to snipe at anything that comes in, aren't they, at the moment?
Definitely. Harper send that in for Gilbert to chase. Warnock shut the door on him, though. Well, and Warnock sends it all the way down. That's going to be an icing call. And that's going to go all the way back up to the Blackburn Hawks zone. But that's the first real passage of play and flow that we've kind of seen from both of these teams. Face off right hand side of O'Dale's net. In the Blackburn defensive zone. Picked up by the Wild. Look to shoot through traffic from Corson Herron. It's disrupted. Play breaks down. And there's a call.
Oh.
That's a high stick. Is that Piers? It's a hand pass. And he's waved it off. So we'll reset and go again.
Yeah. Is the Perrin giving the signal there?
12:36 in the first gone. Still 1-0 to the Blackburn Hawks. That's 4-2 on aggregate. And the face-off neutral ice won by the Hawks. Sends back for the defensive-man to start setting up. King looks up ice. What's he got? Looking for options. He's got Uranix in front of him. Decides to skate it out, create some space. Lovely little move. Uranix knocks it forward into the Wild zone. Picked up by Ruddock. Ruddock looks to get that big stretch pass. Can't find his intended target. Now Mayo for the Hawks. Sent back round for Watson. Watson and Gilbert. Davis can't clear the zone. Gilbert sent it round, causing a nuisance to himself. King has to come in, interject. Uranix with it. Sends it back. Watson around the houses. Uranix far side. Murray tries to get there first. Coulter comes into the mix. Gets hold of that and Gilbert's returning. There's a breaker chance here for Davis. You heard the shout from Davis. Puts it through the middle, shot in, Coles goes post to post. What a save. And you see there the opportunity for Blackburn there. You heard the shout from Davis. Draws his defensive-man into the corner, puts it right through the danger zone, looking for the backdoor option. Cole wise to it though, gets post to post.
Yeah. Davis already getting a taste for it. Looking to get it on the score sheet.
Face off left-hand side of Cole's net. 11:32 left in the game.
Who was that you called out?
Evan Coles?
No, the one before that. Was that Davis? What was his name again?
Oh yeah, Aaron Davis, yeah, that guy. Oh, there's a little behind the play. So already starting the handbags.
Yeah.
However, here come the Wild up the left side with Edwards. Edwards looks to test O'Dale. Puts a soft one in for him to turn out. spilt up but immediately swept up by the Hawks and turned around. Can't clear the zone. Hughes sends it back around. Edwards forced to go to work on Lutwich again in the corner. Lutwich goes down. Edwards picks the puck up, sends it behind the net in the office now. Coulter under pressure. Good work coming in there from Thacker. And Marcus Thacker making sure Coulter can't move.
Yeah, they're getting all tied up.
Yeah, comes out with the puck. Hager forced to get in the mix now, which has pulled their only option.
Oh!
Good work again by Edwards. He's got Hager. Oh, well, what a save, O'Dale. That was a tight one. We'll see that again. They managed to finally get it out to, you see the first attempt there, Coulter. They get it out to Hager there on that far side. Shot, and O'Dale's on it like a rash. Well, both teams now starting to get into this game, but it's the Hawks that are edging them out.
Yeah, 10:40 remaining on the clock for this first period.
Face off, won by the Hawks again as King looks to send it round. Pierce under pressure from Hyde. Decides to go back. King under pressure from Hopkins. Good little poke check from Hopkins. He sends it over Hyde. Takes a shot. Through the 5-hole. Dan Hyde pulls one back. And that was all because of Andy Hopkins picking a pocket of Cade King. We'll see it again there. King miscommunication. Hopkins does enough to take King off the puck. Hyde, thank you very much. Through the 5-hole. And just like that, it's YKK Widnes Wild 1. Blackburn Hawks 1. That's 4 on aggregate now.
So Wild pulling one back, keeping themselves in this game.
Well, O'Dale's going to want that one back, I tell you, but again, that all started because the Hawks had totally forgotten about Andy Hopkins behind the net there. Came round, pickpocketed Cade King, disrupted the play, and now they've got the taste of it. They're coming again. Here come the Wild with Gilbert into the corner. Gilbert sends it back for Barlow. Barlow loses out and they clear the zone. Good tie-up right in front of our commentary position. King behind the net, creates some space. Thrown forward on the half boards. Barlow intercepts the loose puck though. Cade King puts the pressure on.
He's got his speed on.
Barlow. Good poke check again, and Barlow's riding a few now from Watson. Davison on the mix. Davis takes it into the corner. Under the watchful eye of Murray. Sends it back for Watson. Watson behind the net. Out in front, Gilbert. What a pass that was, but there wasn't a Hawk player there. And here comes Britton and Corson Heron. And Barlow. Gilbert shoots. Deflected. Wild looking for a second early on here. Corson Heron going to chase that, but Warnock's there. Great play by Warnock. It's Barlow that's back to sweep up though. Again, that man, Matt Barlow. Trying to find Gilbert on the quick up. Found Barlow instead. Barlow and Gilbert in the zone. Tries to go around this man. Good move by Mayo. Barlow and Mayo working in the corner. Gilbert. And is that going to be... I thought that could be a boarding call there.
Close.
Not giving it. Williamson takes a shot. It's on the pads. Barlow put his stick towards it there. And that's quickly exchanged and settled by Wedge. But we'll see the shot again. It comes out to Williamson at the point. Winds up. Big one. You can see it just sits under the pads of O'Dale there. Good seal. And then the little words after. Gary, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The tension for this one is bubbling just below the surface. One spark will send this over.
Well, Mr. Perrin having a word there. I want a good clean pipe, but guys. And it's just a pay-per-view. So, the pace taken out of that. And do you know what, Ben? I could see Barlow then when he's getting his speed up, and I thought, but that's the only way to stop him, isn't it? Just knock him off.
It is. Face-off is going to be left-hand side of O'Dale's net, taken quickly by the Wild. Hager takes the early shot. O'Dale wise to it, gets his leg pad to it. Sent round by Coulter. Coulter gives it to Edwards. Cross rubs him out the play. Picked up by Hager, however. Back to the point to Williamson. Williamson sends it back around once more to Edwards. Loses that one. Hager has to jump in. Lutwich is there. Gets it to Edwards again. Out in front. Coulter. Good blocker save. Thacker just puts one on Coulter there. Get out his own. Joey Coulter still fighting away, and poor Coulter's been in the wars already, but he's straight back into the mix. However, Hawks pick up the loose puck, stop the play, and here they go, looking to set something up now. Wild turnover in the neutral zone, tennis match again. To and fro, but Edwards picks it up, takes a shot. Not too far from the target. Few applause there from the Wild fans for that one. Williamson recovers, sends it back for the Wild. Widnes starting to stretch the legs now. Big shot in from Hagger from far away. Give O'Dale plenty of time to get behind it, but still only managed to block a save. Thacker has to think quick and Riddick. Harper loses out on that one. Lutwich decides to send it back, cross to Riddick. Shoveling snow on the far side. Hopkins in it, on it again. And that's where he's really coming alive, Andy Hopkins, for the Wild at the moment. And all that dirty trench work in the corners, grinding it out. Hawks gain the zone. Hit goes in. There's going to be a call on Harper. So O'Dale goes to the bench, delay penalty. You see the Wild desperately screaming. Well, Britton puts his stick on that one, touches it up, and that's an interference call. It's on Harper. So Will Harper goes to the box and hands the Blackburn Hawks their first power play of the night. 8:57 in the first period to go. On the night, 1-1 on aggregate. It's 4-3 Hawks.
Well, just what you don't need when you're trying to get your feet under the table and tie things up. You go and get a penalty, you get a man down, and now you've got a penalty kill for 2 minutes. Well, who knows? The Wild might get a short-handed goal on this one, Ben.
Possibility, but it's going to be a task, because I tell you what, the Hawks special teams have been playing really well this season.
Yeah.
And they're going to be given the opportunity now as they set up, and with pace, Jurinic drops it to Lutwich. Lutwich plays it over. Shot comes in, Cole flicks it around the corner. Kept in by Lutwich. That's going to go up and out of play. So, literally 30 odd seconds almost gone. 8:33 left in the period. See it in there, 1:36 on a penalty left. Face off, right hand side of Coles. Again, picked up by the Hawks. They look to set up Mayo. Good work by the Wild. That's Barlow. Hawks will be offside, that's a check up. And now looking to start from their own zone. 1:15 on the clock. Get out to Lutwich. Lutwich at pace. Jacob Lutwich looked to take the shot, came off the stick of Ruddock into the corner. And he's managed to poach it. Barlow, one man to beat in the form of Mayo. Decides to cut inside, chew that clock up.
Well
Turned
done.
around again by Lutwich. With support, flies forward. Lutwich just meets the wall of Williamson. Jonathan Williamson does what he needs to do. 47 seconds left on the power play. Mayo for the Hawks. Looks up ice. Great little play by Riddick. Lets it go for Watson. Watson drops it for Riddick again. Over to Mayo, walking the line into the point. Sends it round the corner for Riddick. Lets it run for Watson. 22 seconds left on the power play. Riddick in the office now, looking for something out in front. Wild set up in that box formation. Top of the shot by Mayo. Takes a shot through traffic into the glove of Coles. 10 seconds on the penalty left, and we'll see it again here. They work it round well. Finally get it to Mayo, top of the shot there. He's got all the time to pick a shot through the traffic. There's still enough vision for Coles there to see it.
Well, how quick have we gone into that penalty, Ben? I mean, no sooner had he gone in the box and he's almost down now.
Face off, left hand side of Coles this time. Watson in for the draw again, puts it onto the stick of Ruddock, who just sends it all the way down. 5 seconds left. King forced to skate back and pick that one up. 2-1, trapdoor opens. Harper back on the ice, back to full strength. Good PK for Widnes. However, Harper, because he's touched it, he's now live in the play, has to get straight into there. Coulter tried to pick it up, he sent it round. King puts the body on King. He's a brave man, I tell you. Malachi Budd. Shot in, blocker save. And he's floored by Mitchell.
Little shoulder barge, yeah?
Yeah, it's all these little off the and behind the play things that are starting now. Mr. Perrin's trying to stamp out. Hager takes a shot. It doesn't go wide very far. Sent around, picked up by Mitchell, puts it in again, deflection. That come off Gilbert. Poor Mike Gilbert being used as a target.
Do you know what? I don't mind being used as a target as long as it goes into the net.
I think that's what they're aiming for as well, Gary. Hager steps up, tries to get that one and back in. He does, only onto the sticky king and loses it out. And they've cleared the zone there with Piers. Forcing the Wild back, 5:47 remaining in the period. Williamson buys himself a bit of time, looks to play it to Edwards. Edwards knocks it on to Hager. Hager, extended shift. Drop to Barlow. Puts it towards it in! Rich Hager and O'Dale. He's absolutely gutted he's got that one, but I tell you what, it's exactly what the Wild needed. You can see it again. Feeds it to Barlow, drops it back to Hager. He takes a quick shot at the point, and it seems to deflect off the stick of O'Dale over his own pads. And just like that, Gary, it's now YKK Widnes Wild 2, Blackburn Hawks 1, and we are 4-all on aggregate.
Well, what did I say there, Ben? Looking for a little deflection, use yourself as a target, and quickly, as you like, Wild to pull things level. Going to make things interesting, Ben. 5:30 remaining in this first period, and the score is 2-1 in favour of the Wild.
Well, it does make things interesting now because both teams have a firm hand on that silverware.
You had one before.
Yeah, it's a three-way tug of war, and I'm going to win. Cross, back for the Hawks, tries to send it forward to Lutwich. Britain's got all the ideas, sends it back in. Cross behind his own net. Looks up. Matty Cross under pressure. He's turned it over. O'Dale gets a stick on it from Hopkins. Lutwich tries to get in there. Riddick is coming for support. Again, this is where Hopkins does well. They're grinding away in them corners. It's dirty, but it's hockey. Britain being taken out the play by Cross. Lutwich plays it around, only onto Mitchell. Mitchell through traffic. Hyde's picked it up, takes a shot, it comes off the bar. I don't know how he got something to that O'Dale, but he's managed to tip it over. Keeps the Hawks in it. Hyde sends it back for Hopkins. However, Lutwich wise to it. Good rotation here by the Wild. Hyde sees an opportunity to turn back. Gets round one man, drops it for Hopkins. Miscommunication, Lutwich. Shot on, what a save, O'Dale. That was going top shelf. Hopkins again. Wilder banging on the door now.
Oh, tried to back that in.
Mitchell sent it opposite way. Hyde's going to go into there, try and hold it up, allow a line change. They've pulled it down. Big hit on the far side. And that's Harper, and that's why they've signed him, Gary, because he is not afraid to put the body on. Corson Heron looking for a man out front. Corson Heron and Barlow and Gilbert now. He's second line for the Wild. Short and uncharacteristically, Barlow sends that wide. It's going to give Piers a chance to break forward, yet Barlow straight away back in defence. Still, a little bit of a mistake here, but it's the Wild have played the zone. Yeah, they are. Hawks with Mayo, gains the blue. Ethan Mayo into the corner. He's got Williamson chasing him. Gets it round to Davis. Let run. Wild jump on that first. Watson unfortunately brought it out. Tag up. And you see there, Cole tried to grab that one. Oh, a little bit of Watson and Hughes there afterwards.
Oh, you don't want to be doing that.
Bez Hughes just laughing at his face. Come on, lad, use your head. Oh,
hello.
No, Bez Hughes certainly not happy. So Bez skates to the bench. Watson stays on. 3:03 in the period. It's a 2-1 favour of the Wild at the moment. 4-all on aggregate. And let's not forget the play-in for the Northern Challenge Cup here. So the winner of this game will walk away with silverware. To my knowledge, it will be the first silverware given away this year in the Morley.
Well, that's providing it's not under your Christmas tree when they go down to yours on Christmas Day. I'd be like, would you like a glass of wine? Gary, I'd be like, that's an unusual cup.
It's my chalice. From all the tears of the people I've collected. Apologies. Right, so out in front of the penalty box, it's going to be Coulter and Watson in for the draw. Coulter wins that one. They look to send it back to Ruddock, but it's Davis who loves making a nuisance of himself. He's right in there. Wouldn't be Aaron Davis if he wasn't on the puck.
No.
But here come the Wild with Edwards. Edwards looks to get it to Coulter. Coulter round the back. Sends it back out in front. Miscommunication between himself and Hager. Ruddock sends one in off the pads. Edwards stuck it out. Oh, and there's a call. That's a hooking call. Edwards is squaring up there. Little Reese Edwards, he doesn't care if he's got a cage on. I think with Reese, he's only got to wear the cage for legality reasons.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'd be happy to have one off. And who was that he was squaring up to? Was that Uranix? No, it wasn't. It was Davis.
Oh, my goodness.
You don't want to be doing that, lad, trust me.
Oh, and there is a penalty.
So it is on Aaron Davis.
Oh, dear.
He's going to go to the box for 2 minutes.
It's funny how you remembered his name then, Ben.
Getting real old. So 2 minutes shows on the penalty clock. Power play in favour of the Widnes Wild with 2 minutes 37 left in the period. Wild looking to edge one out here early on. Barlow, good play there by Riddick. And he's just sent that one out, James Riddick. Gilbert gets it to Williamson. Williamson for Corson Heron. Corson Heron goes to go Britton backdoor. The opportunity was there, but Britton's stick wasn't. And now they have to get a move on quickly. Great play by Matt Cross again as he just held that up. Britton tries to get it out in front. Corson Heron chases it into the corner. The Widnes fans in full voice now. Backdoor opportunity for Barlow and he couldn't control it. Britton taking his time. Corson Heron. You can see the call there. Matt Barlow directing traffic off the puck. Corson Heron gets it to Gilbert. Gilbert to Barlow. To Williamson. Puts it in. Good stick away by O'Dale. Piers clears it again. And here comes Lutwich. Jacob Lutwich shoots. Cole ready for that one. Sent it behind the net. Gilbert has to think quick. 40 seconds now on the power play. Williamson stops it. They're trying to make a call for too many men. Barlow takes it all the way in. Matt Barlow for the Wild. Pursued by Uranix. Drop to the point. Murray tries to find Coulter on the back door. Out to Barlow. 15 seconds left on the power play. And we're inside the final minute of the first period as well. Working this round well. Hager takes the shot, came off the leg pad. 41 seconds left. 2 seconds on the power play. One. Trapdoor opens. Davis back into it. But the Wild have established themselves deep in this hook zone now. Can they make something of it? Not like that, as Riddick's going to get there first. Shut that flow down. And now the Wild need to think quick and man up. O'Dale comfortably going to get that one. Quick line changes for the Wild as they sort out the power play. Hopkins to Barlow. Barlow, good poke check. Cleared away. Reeled in by Watson. Watson puts it towards net. Holes. Deflects it away. Mitchell sees it out the zone. And that's going to be your period, Gary.
Well, interesting there. Wild starting to ask a lot of questions of the Hawks net. But you've got to admit, with the score as it currently stands, Widnes Wild 2, Blackburn 1, and it's now 4-4 on aggregate. Join us after the break for more action.
Welcome back for this second period. Gary, got to be a blinder.
Yeah, welcome back to Planetized Widnes for this second period of the Northern Challenge Cup between Widnes Wild and Blackburn Hawks. Widnes Wild currently 2-1 in the lead. It's 4-all on aggregate, all to play for still. Interesting first period. Shots on goal, Ben.
Yeah, shots on goal. 8 shots were faced by Evan Coles, but 20 shots were faced by Alex O'Lade in goal.
So Widnes making a statement there that they intend to try and take this trophy.
And I tell you what, there's some interesting scores around the doors today. The Deeside Dragons beating the Nottingham Lions 5-3 at home. So that's their first home victory since 2020, I believe.
Ooh, possibly earlier than that.
Yeah.
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 It's, well, congratulations to the Deeside Dragons on snatching that win. Their first home game in the refurbished ring, shall we say.
Yeah.
Of course, that was currently, if people weren't aware of it, that was originally a hospital during the COVID period.
Well, attention draws back to in the game at hand, Gary, as Mr. Perrin drops the puck, and away we go for this second period. It is all to play for in what now is a game of two halves.
I like the way you done that.
One eye on this and one eye on the other. 2-half game later on. Shot in early. Oh. O'Dale palms that over from Britain. And the Wild again come out firing on all cylinders, but the Hawks look to clear the zone and do so as they break down the far side with Riddick. Riddick slams on the dot, tests Cole early, right into the breadbasket. And we'll see it again. Shot on. He picks it up, gains the zone, looks early, has a quick shot, lovely wrist shot there. Cole stands tall to that one. Hawks looking to set out the stall early on. So Lutwich and Barlow in for the draw, right hand side of Evan Cole. Picked up by the Hawks, however, jump on that, do the Wild with Harper. Harper puts it across and through the danger zone. Interestingly now, Will Harper fancying his chances, but it does leave them high and dry at the back. Mitchell, you can see that, well, Cole there. Mitchell looks like he's brought down Lutwich off the play, which then shut Lutwich out of that play completely as the pass came back. Corson Herring takes a shot. There's a massive cry from the Blackburn bench. Urinik's now trying to weave his way around in that corner. They get it to Piers, looks up ice. Riddick. They've gained the zone again. It's still, yeah, it is very slippy out there, Urinik's.
Get the gritter out.
Still a little bit wet in some areas. Ruddock sends that around. And it's incidents like that have just occurred there, Gary, that will send this game over and tip it over the edge.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That's lighting the blue touch paper, really.
You can see on the Hawks bench on the far side there, Coach Dominic Osman was trying to gain the attention then of Mr. Perrin. He's certainly not happy with the way that went down.
No, but nevertheless, we have a face-off to the left of the Hawks' net.
Face-off picked up by the Wild, who shoots early with Hagger.
Oh,
and it's in! Well, Hagger with the big one first. Spilt up for Coulter. We'll see it again. It looks like it was something from the drawing board there. Hagger, first big slap shot. Coulter gets the rebound. And just like that, the Wild come out with a quick 1-2. It's now YKK Widnes Wild 3, Blackburn Hawks 1. That makes it 5-4 in aggregate.
Well, who would have thought it? Wild come out quickly. Now, it'll be interesting to see how the Hawks react to that.
Face off, picked up by the Hawks. King looks up ice. They need to get something going. Davis knocks it on. Hughes under pressure from Watson. They feed it back to Davis. Davis drives it in. Coulter turns it around. Williamson looks to try and break Hagger and Coulter. Hagger gains his own. Hagger still, he held on to that as far as he could and as long as he could. Into the corner now, Hawks. Battling away, finally clear the zone. Clear it down for Bez Hughes of the Wild. Hughes can only play off the half, but Davis takes a shot. Ooh. Tell you what, the impossible angle, but the rebound's fallen to Edwards in centre ice. Edwards drops it for Hagger. Hagger shoots again over the net of O'Dale. And Alex O'Dale has seen a lot of rubber already this period, Gary.
Yeah, well, all I can say is, we always say this anyway on Drop the Puck. When you're a goal behind, you start pushing to go forward. You're leaving yourself open.
Very much so.
And the Wild very much will make you suffer for it.
Davis just fancied his chances there from the point, though.
And I was going to say, before Davis, on that one opportunity there, I had to put money on him putting that away, even if it was the impossible angle.
Very much so. So 17:41 in the second period to play. 3-1 in favour of Widnes. And it's going to be a face-off to the left-hand side of Evan Cole. Taken by the Hawks. Good pressure again. And Harper straight on the Hawks there to close them down. Hyde knocks that on. Lutwich is going to be there to turn it around. However, centre ice, they've picked it up. And away goes Grimes. Grimes works hard. Can't get past Harper. Wild chopping away and managed to fling that out the zone again. Hyde gets his skates on. That's going to be a Lutwich call. Well, icing call from Hopkins. Back down the other end we go. And it's the silly little things like this that when Widnes are starting to build momentum and then they just throw the puck away. However, we're starting to see a bit more from the Hawks now, driving through that middle. Face off right hand side of Cole. Britton and Lutwich in for the draw. Goes the way the Hawks up, immediately blown dead and reset. And say, oh, Will Harper's not happy here, is he? Mr. Perrin calls him straight away. James Riddick, Will Harper. Well, Riddick's going in the box. Looks like Harper's going in the box as well.
Yeah, Mr. Perrin not having any of it.
4 on 4.
Yeah, he set his stall out.
Okay, so I'm looking around now, doing a quick head count. 4 on 4. There's the official signal. It's going to be face off right hand side of Cole's net. Mr. Perrin, happy to proceed. Barlow and Lutwich in for draw. Barlow wins that one, gets it out to Gilbert on the wing, and immediately Gilbert sends it back to Barlow. Barlow down, sent into the zone. Gilbert's got to beat out Mayo for this one. Into the corner, digging away, comes out to Barlow, reels that in, gets a shot off. O'Dale saw that last second, turn it round the corner. Murray's kept it in the zone now. Gilbert tried to send it back, Lutwich gets there first, and here come the Hawks as they gain the zone. Lutwich, good play by Murray. It's turned around for Gilbert. 4 on 4 opening the ice up. You can see now a few more players confident to try little things with the stick. And there are some little chips and chirps going in after the plays. Barlow into the corner again. Lutwich gets it to play out. Piers. Lovely little move behind Williamson. Lutwich still slams on, takes a shot into the glove of Cole. That was a great play. There, we'll see it again, the replay. Piers manages to get it over to Lutwich. Lutwich knows what he's going to do, slams on. Ruddock goes flying right by, but Evan got the measure of him on that one. Remains 3-1 Wild, 5-4 aggregate. Davis tried to go for the shot off the draw there as he went up against Coulter. And again, physicality steps up another level. Played out by Cross to Warnock. Warnock drives into the corner. Behind the net. Sam Warnock gets out to Urinix. Urinix, they've played it quickly. Shot in from Cross. 2 bodies go flying at him to snub that shot out. Urinix, well, you can see there, that was almost going in the Hawks bench.
But the official stopped there.
Shot in from Davis. Doesn't go far. Coulter.
And the official's getting a lot of this.
Yeah.
Davis again.
Aaron Davis for the Hawks. Decides he's going to dump that into the opposite corner, goes for a quick change. Hughes sees the option, they're going to go for a quick up here. Williamson finds Corson Heron, he lets it run for Coulter. Penalties expire. Back to 5-on-5. Both teams ran that clock down quite quick. Turn around by Williamson. Wild forced to tackle. And now King for the Hawks plays it forward. Given away, however, by Piers as he tried to tip it on for one of his forwards. Hopkins picks it up. He's got Hyde on the far side. Hyde trying to back of Warnock. Shoots down Hyde, and what a save, O'Dale. Palms it onto the bar over the back of the net. And there's going to be a call that's offside. I thought the call was initially coming on Hopkins then as he tried to come in the back pocket. 14-15 to play in this second period. Face-off will be out in front of the Hawks bench. Britton and Lutwich. Britton wins that one. Taking the time. Murray. Finds Hyde. Hyde looks up ice. He's got space in front of him. Decides to put it on net into the corner though. Sent back around. Hopkins out in front, shoots! O'Dale's got it there, and what a save again that is. We'll see it with Hopkins. First thing he does, fakes that cut towards the post, drifts around the back, picks a loose puck up, comes out in front. Good hockey there by Andy Hopkins. Hawks defensive men have got to be wary of that one, Gary.
Yeah, got to keep your head on a swivel. And what they don't want to do is concede another goal.
Luckily for them, O'Dale had his eyes on it. Face off between Coulter.
Ooh.
And who was that there? Apologies. It was Thacker. Hawks in their own defensive zone again though. Wild putting the pressure on it to come out in front of the net. Ole had to think quickly. Into the corner again. Hawks with King. Drop that back for Tate. Rui Tate now on the ice. And that's going to be a delay again. Well, there's another puck out this way. And Tate's going to go to the box for that, for the delay of game. He's not happy with himself.
Well, they don't need that right now. They're feeling a little bit of pressure from the Wild. And now they're a man down for the next 2 minutes. 13:28 remaining on the clock in this second period. Still 3-1 in favour of the Wild.
Face-off is taken quickly by the Wild as he looks to set up on this power play. Williamson top. Ole sees it through the traffic, gets behind it. We'll see it again once more on the replay. Quick face-off there, taken by Corson Heron to Gilbert. Gilbert gets it to Williamson. Top of the shop, takes the slot. Good save. Again, right-hand side of Ole's net. Sorry, O'Dale, apologies. Gilbert. Williamson again, top of the shop. Looking for the redirect out front. You see there, it was Barlow with the tip. Tried to put it in. Urinix goes to work on Barlow. We know Urinix got under the skin of a few of the Wild players last time this fixture was here in the league. Barlow feigns the shot, takes it that time. It's off the leg pads of Urinix. Chops away, that one comes out with it. Put it back in. And the Hawks doing well to kill this penalty. Lutwich turns it around. It's given up though, however. Out in front, Corson Heron. And I tell you what, it's Mayo to the rescue there. As Ethan Mayo was all over that. Completely snubbed that play out.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of panic stations there.
However, Wild looking calm, composed, set again. Murray feeds it up to Barlow. Barlow goes to put it inside. Gets deflected, goes into the opposite corner. Worked round. Trying to get it to Gilbert at the point. Coulter walks the line. Sent it back to Gilbert. Gilbert to Barlow. Miscommunication. Don't think he realised he was that close. In there now with Cross. Hawks trying to get a stick on it. They do. Kept alive by Gilbert. Gilbert's thought quickly there. Big shot comes in. And that's going to be wrapped up as a save as it comes off the face mask of O'Dale. Well, you see O'Dale just gathering his thoughts. That one must have rung his bell for him.
Well, they are starting to ask a lot of questions of him in this period.
Like to call him one telephone shots, Gary.
Yeah.
Because the goalie still hears the ringing in his ear afterwards. Face off left hand side of O'Dale. Taken quickly, Hawks do the correct thing and just absolutely send that right down the other end of the ice. Coles knocks it forward for Hager now. Interesting line out that we've got. Hager, Hyde, Hopkins, Murray and Coulter. So the top line featuring Hopkins. And here he is on the puck, Hopkins. Looks to go from front. 4 seconds left on the power play though. 2-1, trapdoor opens. Rui Tate back on the ice. Almost straight into the play. Hager decides to throw it forward. Just the other side of the halfway line. Avoids the icing call. King picks it up. Again, Hawks trying to clear the zone. Sent back in by Hager. A little bit of D to D. Watson. Good body on by Williamson. Disrupts the play. Allows the Wild in as Barlow has to think quick. Gets it to Hager. Hager. Good play by Uranix. Shuts the door there. King puts it into the opposite corner. Williamson drives it out, rides the hit. Jonathan Williamson dumps it in straight onto the stick of Alex Lutwich. And again, it's getting a little bit scrappy in this centre, Gary.
Yeah. Few knocks and bangs after the puck's gone.
Kept in the zone by the Wild to take a shot. O'Dale gloves that around the corner. Corson, Herring and King go to work on the boards behind. Corson Herring comes out with him right out in front. Was the opportunity. O'Dale was down. And I couldn't quite see who that Widnes player was. It looks like Mike Gilbert was on the back door and just couldn't get anything on it. Obviously couldn't use the skates. Uranix, however, up the other end. Great play. Gets the Mayo. Backdoor shot attempt. Warnock driven into the boards hard. Gilbert gets his stick on that one.
Hawks starting to find their feet a bit.
Very much so. Uranix. Riddick. Sends it back. Don't think that quite that was the play though. Lutwich reacts well. Out in front. Good working. And you see James Riddick now is your danger man here on this one. Lutwich!
Oh, hello.
And there's something definitely behind the play there with Coulter. Coulter's had enough. Joey Coulter certainly looking to go. And I can't see who's that. Is that Riddick there he's involved with? No, it's Uranix again. I'd already said David Uranix had been getting under the skin of a few players last time. Coulter was one of those players. He was in the wars. Joey, you can see him laughing. And that's a holding call. Uranix is going to the box as well.
Yeah, well, said it at the start, and I'll say
Barlow,
it again.
a few messages for him as he goes and sits.
Mr. Perrin not accepting anything. He's going to be all over that.
So we're back to 4-on-4.
And the ice opens up again.
This does favour the likes of the Lutwiches, Hager, Barlow. It's pretty split down the middle, this one, Gary.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see who comes out for this one. So Hager, Murray, Britton and Ruddock are going to go against Riddick, Lutwich, Warnock. And can't quite tell who that is. It's Mayo, sorry, Ethan Mayo. So, interesting. Hager can't reel it in. Tried to play it forward up. And the official blows the play and immediately points up at the scoreboard. I'm just trying to see now what... Okay, so he's running a little bit off both penalties and the game clock. Not too sure what there. But we're going to go neutralise face-off.
Maybe he wants to go home early.
Something to do with a kick-off, maybe.
Nah.
Couldn't be, could it? Face-off. Won by the Wild. Hager picks it up and immediately looks to set something up. Hager has Britton. Gets it over to Murray first, though. Into the opposite corner. Hager reacts to that quickly. Tries to get out in front of Britton. Stabs away at it. O'Dell gets his stick down. And here come the Hawks back the other way. At pace with Lutwich. Good poke check by Ruddock there. Disrupts that one. Warnock picks it up, however. Sends it back the other way. Lutwich again takes the shot off the glove of Coles. Britton reels it in, gets it to Hager. Hager one man to beat. Rich Hager just decides to take the shot. He still takes the shot, however. Dragged the puck over, I should have said. 1 minute 5 now on the power plays left. Williamson does well, holds it up for Gilbert. Little bit of a redirect out in front from Barlow. That's going to be a blow on the play. Okay, what have we got here now? Net off its moorings, okay.
8:33 remaining in the second period here at Planet Ice Widnes, with the score standing at Widnes Wild 3, Blackburn Hawks 1, and the aggregate is 5-4 in favour of the Wild.
Face-off will be left-hand side of Alex O'Dell's net. You see there now, poised, there we go. And it was Watson and Barlow in for the draw, immediately into the glove of O'Dell, and we go again. Will be the left-hand side one more time. This time, Hawks come out with it with Davis, under pressure early in his own zone. King forced to slam on, turn around, gets it across. Turn around again. This time it's Barlow. Watson gets onto that, tries to send it forward for Davis. Davis can get there. You could see he thought Williamson was coming across. Oh, there's a big hit on Williamson. And there's something coming now. Well, Hughes is not happy with that. Hughes and Davis. Bears Hughes straight over. And is that Barlow who's got Davis around the neck?
I think he's just separating them.
You can see there, the initial thing that happened was Williamson was coming across to shut the pathway of Davis off. Davis, you could see he was reading like he was going to take a hit. Decided to skate round Williamson and then put one on him in the corner.
Well, Davis wears his heart on his sleeve when he's playing for the Hawks, and he'll do whatever it takes. But clearly Mr. Perrin not accepting this.
Well, it's going to be a 4-on-3 situation, so 26 seconds still on the original penalty served to Coulter and Urinix, and now Davis goes the box for 2. However, Mr. Perrin is reading the riot act to the remaining captains on the ice. He's certainly trying to put his stamp on the game. We see there, just discussing with Kate King and Corson Heron. Hughes has got to go to the box as well. So it's a bit of, are we going to get some pond hockey?
Oh. So let's see what Mr. Perrin
Is Barlow going as well?
Wow.
And Barlow's gone as well. Oh, and he's just giving him a referee. Oh, and Barlow snapped. He's just giving him a misconduct penalty. Well, straight away, this is the implosion of the Wild. Callum Ruddock is just having a quick word with Bez Hughes. Gilbert's there. Matt Barlow is not happy with Mr. Perrin. You see there, Mikey Gilbert just relaying the message. He's clearly being told, calm down or you're going. And I tell you what, right now, the Wild cannot afford him to go. He has certainly been the difference.
Well, I said it from the start, and I'll say it again. He likes to stamp his authority in this game. He does like to take control and keep the game flowing. But when we said at the start of the show about penalties being a problem, We knew that Mr. Perrin wouldn't have any of it.
So, in the boxes at the moment, in the Fresco environmental penalty bin, we have Joe Coulter, Matt Barlow, and Bez Hughes for the Wild. And we've got Aaron Davis and David Jurinics for the Hawks. I'm looking on the board now. Nothing has been added for the Barlow, Hughes, Davis incident. It looks like it's going to be 4-on-4, or is it 4-on-3? I'm not too sure. I don't think anybody knows what's going on. So, yeah, there you go. Right, so coincidentals, there's the official call there. Right, 4-on-4, coincidentals, 26 seconds on the original penalties.
So the ice opens up. Oh, and Mr. Perrin
being summoned to the bench again. Right, so yeah, the penalties are not going on the clock.
Well, I think that was a given anyway because of coincidentals.
Right hand side of Evan Cole's net, back underway, 8 minutes remain.
Well, we said it was going to be a feisty affair, Ben.
Well, I think that right there is the blue touch paper lit.
Woohoo!
Hyde gets into the corner for the Wild. Ruddock takes the shot, deflection. Hyde looking for it. O'Dale's there. Wraps that one up, 9 seconds on the clock. We'll see it again. Obviously something well worked here by the Wild. They get it into the corner, back out to the point, taken quickly as that man in the middle there. And that was Dan Hyde, just skated through trying to screen the netminder.
And dare I say it, Ben, I think every time there's a shot on goal and the whistle's blown, you keep waiting to see players fighting.
Hyde manages to get that one in from the wing. From Murray. Hyde twisting and turning. There goes the Coulter Urinix penalty, so it's back to 5-on-5. Out in front once more, turned out by O'Dale. Here comes Piers. He's got support. Leaves the puck behind. Manages to, well, literally drag it, I should say. Ruddock, though, for the Wild. Coulter finds Corson Heron far side. Corson Heron gains his own. Put it back into the middle for Coulter. Coulter takes a shot. O'Dale saves. That's up and out of play. And Joey Coulter there, one eye on him. We'll see it again in the replay now, though. Great tape-to-tape passing by the Wild here. Coulter gets that one, takes a shot. O'Dale wise to it, though, low and hard. Good effort. 7:07 left in the period. Still on aggregate. The Wild a goal to the good. 5-4 it stands on aggregate. 3-1 on the night. It's going to be a face-off to the right-hand side of O'Dale. It's Coulter and Lutwich in for the draw. The Hawks look to play it out. Riddick gets over to Lutwich. Shot in. Mayo. Shot. Deflected out. Edwards. Sent back in. So, the penalties are Davis gets 2+2 for roughing and boarding, and then both Hughes and Barlow get 2 minutes each for roughing. Shot in though, turned out once more by Coles, who managed to knock it forward. Mayo's there to receive it up. Edwards can't clear the zone. Lutwich tries to get something going, tried to get that puck across. You can see wide open was Riddick. Wild doing enough to turn it around. 6:12 in the period. Holding the puck up bad. No look pass there. Just allowed the Hawks right into that play. And now Mayo's going to get his stamp on this one. Good up pass to Riddick. Williamson and Riddick going to work. Riddick's looking for the call from Williamson. Hopkins couldn't get it in. Edwards off his skate. Murray and Mayo have to think quick. Jack Murray battling away behind his net. He's managed to disrupt Ethan Mayo there and whoever. I can't quite see who the other player is. There it is, it's Ruddock. It's James Riddick and Mayo end up losing out that one. Big pass forward by Williamson. Knocked on to Hopkins from Hyde. Hyde gets it back from Hopkins. retains the puck. Hopkins takes a shot from the impossible angle. That's off the face mask and blown dead. 5:20, and we'll see it again. It's this scrappy passing that just seems to be working for the Wild at the moment. You see it, it's Hopkins who ends up getting the toe of his stick on that one. You see there, Alex O'Dale, he's loving this one. He looks nice and calm and relaxed. So the face-off, right-hand side of O'Dale's taken quickly into the corner. Hyde sends it back around for Britain. So both players go down. And here come the Hawks. Turned around again by Hyde. Out in front, deflected by Britain. Great little bit of play there. So at the next stoppage of play, the players will return. Hyde. Well, the puck's gone loose somewhere, whatever it is. And it looks like it's gone out of into the bench. So Widnes on full strength as Hughes and Barlow have both served their initial 2 minutes. Davis has a further 2 minutes to sit. 4:46 remains. Barlow has to get straight into the action. Out in front of the Widnes bench. Wild, send it in. Comfortably received though by the Hawks. Have to think quick. Gilbert puts the pressure on, manages to get in there, sends it back around the net. Cross has to think quick. Wild looking to get something out in front. Gilbert, well, he didn't quite know where that puck was. King takes control of the situation. It's spilt up once more. Out in front again. And that was Gilbert. And Mike Gilbert now becoming a right nuisance for the Hawks. But the Hawks finally clear the zone. Barlow put the body on. Williamson goes down. Hughes takes a little bit of a body on the boards there, right out in front of the Blackburn bench. Barlow buys himself some time. You can hear the call. Great play from Coulter to Barlow. Hawks now in possession. Look up ice. Throw the puck in. Sent round for Hughes. There's Hughes. To Ruddock. Ruddock to Hagger. Hagger looks for the big stretch pass on the far side to Barlow. Barlow's going to get round Mayo. Mayo gets there first though. 3:11. So Davis will return to the ice at the next stoppage of play. Whoa. Hagger out front. Hagger waves the one too much.
Whoa.
Mayo puts the body in. Hagger's on the floor. Well, there's an arm up from the official. And that's checking from behind. We'll see it again. No, just my apologies, camera angle change. So is that on cross, is it? To check from behind. Either way. You can see there, Ethan Mayo saying it was with his knee. Cross check, apologies. So cross check from Ethan Mayo means 3 minutes one in the game, in the period. 2 minutes of that will be man advantage now for the Wild.
Penalties are starting to cost the Hawks.
Shot in, up and out of play. Runs 3 seconds off the clock. Well, it's starting to get into the situation now, Gary, where the Hawks cannot afford these penalties because it's the old hockey adage. I don't know how many times we have to say it and drop the puck. You do your work on the ice, not riding the bench.
Yeah, well.
And Mayo has been one of those players that has been making a difference for the Hawks. Cole's out of his net, sent back around. Maybe a mistake there. Gilbert had to think quick. Corson Heron throws it forward for Britton and Barlow. Through the crease, no one there. 1:30 left on the power play now. Hawks trying to clear it away, managed to do so. Coles again, just back to receive that one. Barlow picking that up at pace. Riddick immediately knows he can't let Barlow move, gets on that. James Riddick, who's going to chase Gilbert behind the net.
It's the right thing to do if you've got to stop Barlow on his flow. Yeah,
that forecheck there from Riddick is absolutely shutting down the Hawks, the Wild at the moment, stopping them getting going. Minute now left on the power play. 1:58 in the period. And James Riddick is proving the difference for the Hawks at the moment. Williamson.
Here we go.
Hager now picking up pace. A little bit of open ice, reads the move from Riddick, gets it over. That's a big hit by Warnock. And he's saying it's offside between Hager and Barlow. Well, Hager not happy with that, but you know what? Sorry, it was a good hit. It's a nice hip check. Face off out in front of the Wild bench. Wild come out with that one. Murray. Coulter gains his own, drops it for Hyde. 22 seconds on the power play now. Murray takes the shot, comes off the leg pads of on the Hawks player. They're trying to call for it going out. Hopkins looking for the screen. Hyde picked the loose puck up. 10 seconds on the power play. Shot comes in, it's in! And it's tipped in, it's Hopkins from Hager. We'll see it again, the replay. They're working the puck around well. Hager gives the nod as Hopkins comes and screens O'Dale. Lovely little deflection. And just like that, it's now Widnes Wild 4, Blackburn Hawks 1, and it's 6-4 on aggregate.
Well, who'd have thought it, Ben? Wild definitely coming back into this now, and it's definitely tilting in favour of the Wild.
Face-off gets us back underway as we're in the final minute now of this second period. Hawks need to throw everything into this third period to really get back into this game. They want a goal now to give themselves the best chance with King. King all the way around, down front, no one there. They've turned it over, Gilbert. Mike Gilbert all on his own. Quickly, all those Wild players come flying forward. Corson Herring gets it in the crease, can't do anything with it. Back to Gilbert behind the net. Wild trying to pile the pressure on with Hughes. Hughes turns it back. All the Wild players tag up. Hughes again. Sends it in. 25 seconds, O'Dale freezes that one out. 22.4 seconds. And that was probably the best opportunity there. The Hawks had to get back in. Good drive and good play by Cade King. Took it all the way up the other end.
They've got the capability, Ben, the Hawks, but I'll say it again, the penalties have just killed them.
Well, the face-off will be to the right-hand side of Alex O'Dale's net. In the Hawks' defensive zone. It's taken quickly by Coulter. Lutwich clears it out as far as Britton. Britton reads it well to Murray. Looks to find Coulter back in quickly. Coulter tries to beat Mayo out. Does. Joe Coulter brought down for his trouble. Shot comes on. Picked up by Alex Lutwich now. 2-1. That's the period there. And right on the period, there was a little bit of a hit from Coulter. Cries from the Blackburn bench. And Gary, this game's certainly not done yet.
No, and even as a skating off ice, opponents from each team having little words with each other. But one more period of this, and I don't think we've seen the end of this. Don't write the Blackburn Hawks off, of course, they can still come back into this. But you can find out if you join us right after this break. Welcome back to Planet Ice, Widnes, for this Northern Challenge Cup second leg between the Widnes Wild and the Blackburn Hawks. Widnes Wild currently leading this game 4-1, and on aggregate, Ben.
6-4.
Excellent, isn't it?
If you're a Widnes fan, yeah.
Because a lot still to play yet, another 20 minutes of ice hockey, and anything can happen in the next
20 minutes. Or half hour, give or take. So interestingly, we know that Mr. Perring didn't get to see much of his locker room in that period break.
No.
Because there was a lot of discussions had by multiple people in regards to potentially some of the calls.
Still
made.
ongoing as well.
Yeah, and there are some, you can just see on your screen there, the officials checking the net. Mr. Perrin is over at the benches. But, well, there he is. Yeah, speaking to Dominic Osmond, head coach of the Blackburn Hawks, and there is Aaron Davis as well. Reece Edwards is there.
Well, good to see some fans turning out on this exceptionally cold December Saturday. Some dressed in their Christmas jumpers, but obviously they covered them up. We've also had the Teddy toss earlier.
Yeah, that was in the end of the first period break.
But of course, obviously, replenished seats, and that's due to, as we're well aware, of another sport, that kicky ball sport.
Yes.
Where
currently it is the French who have just taken the lead.
Have they?
They have.
Ah. Good morning. I was just... No.
I shall only say this once. So, anyway, all of the sports aside, hockey.
Wow.
And I tell you now, Gary, it's going to be an interesting one.
I think it's going to be a really feisty last period because...
Well, it's literally throw the dice for everything, isn't it?
Yeah. Hawks have got to try and claw some points back.
Yeah, still a bit of sticky ice out there, as we like to call it. So, delay on the face-off just by a few moments.
And that gives me a chance, Ben, to remind our viewers that we have a huge back catalogue of games there to watch over the Christmas period when there's no ice hockey. You can tune into our YouTube channel of BASN TV. And I think there's 9 seasons in it we've got. 9 seasons plus
we've been doing the highlight show.
For 9 seasons, Ben.
Yes, I know, yeah.
And we do it because we love it, that's why.
Well, there's some interesting discussions currently going on. I'm not too sure exactly what's being said. Whether the officials are just stating that because of the state of play, whether it be the ring, whether it be Mr. Perry wanting to really clamp down on all the nasties.
Well,
but long discussions being had all over the show.
Can you imagine if we had like a John Madden screen where you could draw on the screen? And
so interestingly, Gary, I'm looking out now. The Wild have changed their netminder, or warming up now is Callum Preston wearing the Jake Lowndes shirt, but Preston currently in between the pipes. So has something happened to Evan Coles in the period break?
Well, interesting. But nevertheless, maybe this is a...
I'm just trying to see. Coles does not look like he's returned out.
Yeah, is it blessing in disguise from for the Hawks? Maybe they fancy their chances against him.
Well, for some reason we are waiting around. We've not had an official confirmation of... Okay, I thought we were going to get an announcement there for the reason why we're waiting around. It's not. Our match night announcer just doing his job. But there are a few players still to return to the ice.
Well, I know that just off camera, as Bez Hughes is currently off the ice, waiting to return, I assume.
I'm not quite sure we got to see that, Gary. Do you want to flick back?
Just off ice, Bez Hughes, and it looks like there's people waiting to come out the dressing room. Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, we know Bez is one of the ones that likes to be last out.
So, nevertheless, we've got 20 minutes of hockey to play. All to play for, and somebody's going to go home with a nice silver cup.
That someone might be me.
No, it's not.
Oh, come on. Got to win some silverware at some point. So, still waiting round as Preston now has his helmet off. Just chatting with Hopkins. We're looking round, and it is looking rather dangerously like a warm-up session at the moment.
Well, we do apologise for the viewers at home, but I'm sure normal service will be resumed as soon as we find out what's going on, really.
Yeah, O'Dale, though, stretching out between the pipes in the Hawks' goal. You can see him there. And O'Dell has had he's had a hell of a game, Gary, to be fair, you know, considering what he's had to face.
Well, yeah, I mean, Blackburn must have come in fancying their chances in this one, being an extra, a goal up. And, of course, having a decent-sized squad coming in.
I would agree with that statement, yeah. And, you know, you feel confident thinking, OK, we've turned them over in their own barn before. We turned them over in the first leg of this.
Yeah.
It's now...
When they were fully manned as well, you know, there was quite a few players available.
Yeah, and the other thing as well is we're in a situation where we're a goal to the good, so... But now we can see there, you see Preston just putting his helmet back on. So, like I say, he's wearing the lounge shirt. Coulter. Oh, Coulter's calling the players over. Oh, okay. He's having a word with Mr. Perrin. Has something happened either in the locker room or was somebody nursing an injury?
Well, strangely, you should say that because players starting to make their way out. You've got Mikey Gilbert there, Bez Hughes still. And unfortunately, we don't have a camera ringside to take us down there, but...
Well, you see the Wild medic there.
And there's Rich Hagger coming out now.
He doesn't... I was going to say, Hagger didn't look 100% then. Corson Heron.
I think we're all done, aren't we?
So for whatever reason, we were delayed. It appears.
Or maybe the medic was dealing with somebody off ice.
Well, we know there's been a big few hits in the game, and concussion is a big thing they like to check for and deal with.
In all sports, Ben.
In all sports, very much so. So there could have potentially been a few concussion checks.
And with that, it looks like we're going to get underway.
It does, however, we are definitely seeing Preston take the mantle in between the pipes. So Callum Preston goes between them. Away we go. Straight back in. Oh, giving up Hopkins. Hopkins goes to take the shot. It sails wide. There could have been the game to bed, really. Hughes puts it back out in front. Britton is going to chase that one. The official gets caught up in it. King does well to hold on to that. Sent up and over towards timekeeper's bench and in. The ring still. Hopkins for the Wild. Throws it forward. Picked up once more by the Hawks. Trying to clear the zone. Hyde dumps it back in. Forecheck coming from Barlow. Barlow on Mayo. Ethan Mayo has to think quick. It's a bit of a loose puck, scrappy one. Mitchell gets there first. Well, there's a call there. There's cries that Lutwich got there first. Referee says Mitchell got there first. We're going up to the Hawks' end.
No, we're not.
We're going centre ice. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so we all know what we're doing.
Well, we're back underway. Thrown in by Harper. Cross. Couldn't clear it out. Body's flying in again. Lutwich rides the check. Hawks chop at the puck, trying to clear it. Finally do so. They've got it forward. Mitchell shuts the door. Wild trying to work the puck out again. Gilbert. Little 1-2. Fed it to Barlow. Barlow's got space. Back out to Gilbert. Sorry, not Gilbert. That was Coulter. And now Coulter's sprinting to get back as Piers drops for Davis. Davis shoots. Tries to catch Preston cold-footed. There's his first sight of rubber. Preston off the leg pads. Build confidence, settle him in. Tate. Cross again for the Hawks. Lutwich. Haggart on the ice. Looking forward now, Haggart. Looking for something. Finds Edwards. Edwards to Ruddock. Callum Ruddock, plenty of time. Takes a shot, stick save. So almost 3 minutes of this third period gone. Edwards. Couldn't clear it. Murray comes in. Edwards gets it back, sends it forward for Haggart. Picked up. Oh, Haggart's got it back. Tried to take the shot. Edwards is there, back door. Well, that was a good effort by the Wild there. It was a sitter.
Yeah, how you missed that, I don't know.
Well, Edwards just couldn't get it under control. Swung it around. Warnock has to think quick. Rides a check from Hopkins. Hyde into the corner. And here come the Hawks again once more. Riddick skates through. Riddick goes down. There's a call for a trip on Williamson. It's coming. And that's a tripping call it will send. Oh, it's Bez Hughes, apologies. So Bez Hughes goes to the box for 2 minutes. And just like that, the Hawks get the advantage. Well, Gary, it's right what the Hawks want right now.
Well, it certainly is. I mean, 2 goals down on the aggregate. They need to start getting on that scoreboard if they want to make any hope of getting their hands on that trophy.
Interesting fact, Gary, is that Callum Preston currently in the net for the Widnes Wild. Son of Chris Preston, who wore the jersey of Blackburn and Widnes several times.
Really?
Indeed.
Well, you're so full of these interesting facts, Ben. Where do you get them from?
I know an ex-manager.
Ah.
Gilbert. Into the corner.
Wonder what he's doing now.
Warnock gets it out to Murray. Murray sent it back in. Warnock again. Gets it to Riddick. Riddick ends up losing out to Ruddock. Sent all the way round. Picked up by Mayo. Mayo looks up ice. Has to slam on. Uranix comes into support. Thrown forward for Davis on the high man. Davis is there, no support. Round the back of the net, tried to swing it out in front. Gets ridden into his board, the board for that. Was that by Harper? It looked it. But now the Hawks are where they want to be, set up with 55 seconds left of this power play. Trying to find something quick. Davis was looking like he was going to skate in front there and he couldn't get it out. And there's certainly some things going on behind the play. A few words exchanged and some handbags. Urinix, however, drives it in. 34 seconds remain. Britton. Wild clear it out. Hagger. Hagger's through by himself. He's got support in the form of Nathan Britton. Decides to put it towards net into O'Dale's glove, and that's going to freeze up with 14 seconds remaining. We'll see it again now in the replay. Lovely little move there from Hagger. Couldn't quite catch the puck though. Couldn't get it over to Britton, so he throws it on net anyway.
Yeah, you've got to wonder why he went for that. I would have waited a little longer myself. But he knew what he was doing and he always fancies his chances, does Hagger.
Face off, picked up by the Wild. Thrown forward, don't forget the Wild are on the PK here. And here come the Hawks one more time. Piers, down the left side. Good save by Preston, and you can hear the fans screaming there. They're happy with that one. Hughes back on the ice now. Penalty killed by the Wild. Picked up in the middle by Coulter. Joe Coulter tries to dangle out in front. O'Dale had the read on him. Piers. And that's Thacker that was offside there, but puck's gone anyway. Thrown back the other way. And that's an icing call given. So we'll back up to the Widnes zone. 13:43 left in this game. And 4-1 on the night, but it's 6-4 on aggregate to the Widnes Wild. Well, Gary, you can tell I think some of the fans in the stands have got one eye on this and one eye on the other event.
Really?
Yeah. Shot comes in, Preston again, wraps up and saves. This is all building confidence for the young man. See it again there, the replay. Quickly, from the point to the face-off, Preston out to glove that in. Good save. Face-off, right-hand side of Preston's net. Thrown forward, Barlow's going to get there. Matt Barlow's got Gilbert in support, but he decides to go around the back of the net. Barlow leaves it for Gilbert. Miscommunication, 6s and 7s. Look which gets in though. Turns it out for Grimes. Grimes lets it run for Sean Jones. Look which again, out to Grimes. Back in the middle. Right the way through to Preston, gets his full body behind that. Ruddock picks it up. Knocked on by Barlow, retrieved by Gilbert. Lutwich providing a forecheck there this time. Barlow to Britton. Britton goes to take the shot, comes off Mayo's stick, up and out of play. And then a little net battle between Gilbert. You see there, Gilbert and O'Dale exchanging words. Well, if you're a Hawks fan, you're probably putting on your list right now some silverware that requires 2 goals.
Dear Santa.
2 goals. And then an extra one to win, please. Hawks, no stranger to overtime in shootouts.
Oh, don't say that.
We know they can do it. Hawks, Wild, also no stranger to overtime, however.
Why have you done it again? Why did you say that word?
Oh, there's a call coming. It's a hooking call, and that's on Urinix. So David Urinix, 2 minutes for hooking. And that's going to give the Wild the advantage and kill any momentum that the Hawks were gaining.
Well, 2 minutes of a penalty for the Wild, and that'll take it to halfway through the final period as well.
Good work on the draw by Riddick for the Hawks. as he sends Hyde crashing into the boards. Coulter gains his own. Miscommunication again between Hyde and Hagger. Coulter to the rescue. Hagger decides to pull back to reset. Hyde drags it over. Takes it into the corner. Turned around by the Hawks again. And they're going to escape with it this time. King feeds it off to Riddick. Riddick takes it all the way around the dot. Back out in front to King. Great opportunity. Trying to catch the fresh keeper cold. However, that's a lovely stretch pass to find Hopkins, who knocks it on. Hopkins ridden out the play. Barlow. Barlow tries to go near side, backhand. Williamson. Quick change by the Wild. Davis does well, deflects that away. 56 left on the power play for the Wild. Picked up by Britton, a pace down the right wing. Britton tries to get it round his man. Barlow's there though to pick up the scraps. Barlow in control, throws it around for Britton behind the net. That's going to run for Hughes. Hughes. Williamson at the point. Hawks in the box formation. Barlow back to Williamson. Williamson, we know he's got a power on a slapper. Sends it back for Hughes. Hughes has to think quick as Lutwich comes in on him. Lutwich tries to clear it out. Barlow winds up. Lets one rip. O'Dale's gloved it down. Watson gets there. Gilbert keeps it in. 12 seconds left on the power play.
No,
loses it that time. Great work here by the Hawks. Shot in. Preston turns it around the corner. 4 seconds now. And that's Davis who's applying the forward check. Barlow. Yeah, Urinik's back on. Full strength. He sees space, does Matt Barlow. Opens his stride. Barlow gets ridden down to the ground by Lutwich. Ruddock, great little pass from Urinik to find Piers. Piers looks to go outside the dot, cuts in. Ruddock just turns it around, and now you can tell all the Wild are doing is just sending the Hawks back down the other end and forcing them to reset and go again, Gary.
Yeah, well, they've got a man down. It's not a bad move, but I know they're back to full strength, aren't they? So
yeah.
Well, it's a bit crazy, really. I mean, there's only 9 minutes 54 remaining in this third and final period.
Well, we're going to get a face-off down the Hawks' end.
If I'm honest, Ben, another goal. Wild need another goal to put this to bed.
I think you're right, Gary. The next goal will literally be the big swinger.
Yeah, next
of the
goal
game.
was vital.
It's either going to make or break the Hawks' dreams. Hagger from the face-off out in front. Coulter did everything he needed to sit O'Dale down, but then couldn't get the puck back out in front.
Whoa, look at
High up in the corner. Slap shot comes in. And there's something on that one there. Somebody else go in the box now. Well, is that Britton or Hagger that's down there? Can't quite see. It's Hagger.
And guess who's going in the box?
So David Urinox again. It's a charging call. Urinox is really starting to... he's really starting to get tired of Mr. Perry, but unfortunately, mate, that's how the game works. You commit a foul, you get seen, you get called. So, Wild keep the pressure on with another 2-minute power play. And the way they've been banging on the door, you would expect them to become fruitful.
Well, especially with the shots on goal in the last 2 periods, Ben. You kind of fancy the Wild to put this to bed.
Yeah, the Wild have pretty much been out shooting the Hawks 2-1. Williamson keeps it alive. Gilbert to Barlow. Barlow out in front. It's Britton who couldn't quite get his stick on that properly. Wild still in possession though. Oh, Williamson brought down. Gilbert pulls that out the air. And here come the Hawks with Riddick. James Riddick decides he's going to hold on to it for as long as he could, and he's brought on and out the play, the arms up. That's Gilbert that's going to go to the box. Well, Mike Gilbert ended up in a pile on top of James Riddick there. He laughs with Mr. Woodward as he heads the box. We're going to some 4-on-4. That's a holding call.
Well, could this be the advantage the Hawks need?
Face off. Taken quickly by the Wild. Hager with the bit between his teeth. Hager looking like a man possessed. 125 on the original penalty to Uranix. Riddick plays it quickly. Gets it to Lutwich in the middle. Lutwich shoots! Preston. Well, you could see there he wanted to go for that, but he was told by his defenseman to leave it. Yeah, O'Dale again leaves it. Mayo sends it around to King. Hager gets it back. Lutwich, great passing here by the Hawks. Lovely tape to tape. Lutwich drops it. Riddick. Oh, no, it's not Riddick. Yeah, it is, sorry. Apologies. Shoots. Loose puck. Still the Hawks in possession. Riddick gets it out in front.
Oh, it's an easy one, that.
Couldn't quite get it all what he wanted on that. We'll see it again now. It's James Riddick, who's literally the playmaker right now for the Hawks, causing all the opportunities. Lutwich, great pass and vision by Lutwich to see that there, but he couldn't quite catch it all with his toe. It's an easy save for Preston. 40 seconds left on the Uranix penalty. 1 minute 6 on the Gilbert penalty. Face off. Right hand side of Callum Preston. Shot in from Alex Lutwich. Deflection out in front. Davis now going to recover that one. Takes the shot through traffic off a player. Watson goes to go out in front again. And the Hawks shooting on sight, hoping that the young netminder may not be in the right place at the right time. Watson fancies his chances, shoots right in the bread basket for Preston. Great save. See it again. Created himself a little bit of space here, Watson. Good little poke check from Alex Preston. Just brought it out enough out the reach of Hughes to give himself the space to shoot and then let one rip. So Uranix gets ready, 11 seconds till he rejoins the fray. 37 seconds till Gilbert's back on the ice. Face off, picked up and brought out by the Wild.
Harper getting in the way there.
Harper. Well, they've cleared the zone. There's Uranix back, so it's 5-on-4 in favour of Hawks for 22 seconds. Hopkins recovers that, feeds it back to Harper. Will Harper. Hopkins tries to play it off the bench board, but it's hit the official and just stopped dead. Britain's now going to grab that. 3 seconds left till Gilbert's back out. 2-1 trapdoor. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Gilbert straight into the play. Holds it up, looking for support. And Gilbert and Warnock there, a little bit of afters. Uranix back out on the ice as well. Riddick down this left wing. Round the back out in front. Ooh. Great poke check, whoever the ball. I couldn't quite see who it was. One of the Wild defensemen on Piers. And Hager on the ice now with Coulter. Cross. Plays it forward, knocked on. Riddick's not happy with that one there. Murray.
Yeah, I missed that.
Cross pulls it down. Is that a high stick call? It is.
And who's that on?
No, it's just a generic high stick call. Not on anyone particular.
Everybody looking at the referee then.
So right out in front of our commentary position, the face-off in the neutral zone. If you know what the whistle flow there was, answers on a postcard. Edwards looks pinching on cross, does so. Riddick's there to sweep up though. Riddick again, great play out to Lutwich. Lutwich, our pace check of Lutwich. Loses out to Coulter, only finds Mayo. Hager sees that around. Edwards on the forecheck. Cross has lost his edge, Edwards is there. Puts it all the way across for Britton. Britton to Hager. Hager to Ruddock. Ruddock sends it back in. Line change for the Wild. Hawks looking to clear it out. Turn up ice. Start working the puck through the neutral zone with Riddick again. Into the corner. Trying to set up now in a Wild defensive zone. Shot in. Sails over the bar. Too much on it, and King has to retreat quickly under the watchful eye of Matt Barlow. Ethan Mayo drops it off. Sent forward again, and Williamson picks that one up. Williamson has a quick look up. Testo O'Dale sends it right off the blocker into the signage behind his net. Well, O'Dale has certainly been keeping the Hawks in this one, but there's only 5 minutes 5 left on the clock. 2 goals needed.
Just to tie things up. Can they beat the Croatia?
See what you did there. Coulter goes in for the draw against the Wild. Against Thacker. Lutwich. They play it out into the stick of Hughes. Turn round. Harcourt puts the body on. Harcourt and Hopkins. He gets it out in front. Preston throws his glove on it. Great save. He freezes that one up. And it's the little moves like that we're seeing, Gary, that are going to create the opportunities. They're hoping Preston spills up.
Yeah, they're waiting for a mistake, aren't they? But up to now, he's answered the call.
Face off right inside of Preston's net. Puck drops, quickly taken by the Wild. Hopkins plays out the zone. Alex Lutwich happy to receive that. Coulter gets it back. You see they were looking for the quick up on Hyde. Mitchell. Hyde sends it around. Coulter gets behind the net. Coulter and Lutwich that was. Joe Coulter manages to get out to the point. Shot comes through. Deflected. Sent round the corner by O'Dale again. Hopkins had to react quickly there. However, it's the Hawks who regain it. Grimes sends it out. Taken in by Harper. Will Harper loses the puck there. Good play by Hyde. Has kept the pressure on though. Lutwich looks to play it out. Does so. That's an icing call with a wholesale change, but that'll bring all those players back on the ice.
Well, interestingly enough, Ben, just noticed there, Evan Coles just taking all his kit off.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it looks like he's done for the day, as we figured.
Well, we can see there O'Dale, who's been in since the start of the game. I thought we might have saw Ben Keddy, who had a standout game against the Wild last time.
Yeah.
Wild, back in their own zone. Find Hagger. Hagger decides to test O'Dale, who's wide awake to that one. Looking for the 5-hole, and again we'll see it. Little pass there from Ruddock. Wide open. If it had gone in, it'd have been an absolute worldie, but I think Hagger knew he just wanted to get the face-off up that end. Timeout called by the Blackburn Hawks. So Davis signalling to the official timeout. Chalkboard comes out. And Osman, well, you can see him giving the team talk there. Words of encouragement, Gary. What would you be saying to your players now in this situation if you were the Blackburn coach?
You need to get the puck off the Wild. You just got to keep them off the puck. And as long as you've got it, you can make things happen. I mean, they are starting to get their feet under the table a little bit, but shots on goal, not as many as you would expect.
Yeah, I think that's been the big draw.
Thing is though, Ben, if they get a goal, they're going to pull the netminder.
Yeah, you'd expect if they get one to get back in the game, then they're only requiring one to tie up. You will pull the netminder. do you do it to attempt to get that goal, though?
I wouldn't risk it.
Not with the way O'Dell's been performing.
No.
So face off left hand side of Alex O'Dell's net. Face off goes the Wild way. Haggart round to Britton. Britton under pressure from Watson. Edwards comes in for support. Manages to get it. Out to Ruddock at the point. Winds up. Good. Save by O'Dell. Just turns into the corner again. He's like a little Yorkshire Terrier, isn't he?
Yeah, nipping at your heels, yeah.
King plays it around Edwards. Couldn't get it back. They've got it to Edwards, though, however. Reece Edwards drops it for Murray. Murray shoots! Jack Murray with the goal! And that's surely going to be the one that seals the deal.
What a play by Edwards there.
He does well. Draws his defender one side. What leaves it wide open for Murray on the back door there. Drops it behind him. Murray's got all the space to pick from. And there it is.
Well, dejected Hawk players, I think they know it's gone out of their reach now. With 2:51 remaining in this third and final period. Score now stands at Widnes Wild 5, Blackburn Hawks 1.
And on aggregate, Gary, it's now 7-4 to the Widnes Wild.
So the Wild just got to see out the remaining 2 minutes 50.
And that's exactly what Barlow's going to do by putting the puck on the net. Warnock gets over there. Again, that's all they're going to do now, go just shoot on sight and hope that O'Dell freezes the puck up, forcing the face-off down the Hawks' end. Hawks going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink at the Wild. Warnock tries to throw the puck forward, can't get it past Williamson. Puck's gone missing. That's up and into the benches somewhere quite clearly.
Rumour has it that the Bermuda Triangle tip of it runs right between those two benches there and things just disappear.
Like the cup?
No, that's over there, I can see that.
Oh, okay. Worth a try. 2:21 left in the game.
Is Northern Challenge an anagram of Ben?
Yeah, if I want it to be. King picks the puck up. Still don't think this is over for the handbags though, Gary.
No, do you know what? I still wouldn't write the Hawks off of putting another goal on the board. They are trying.
Yeah, Jones looked up high sense, try and get it over. Warnock sends it through the middle to Harcourt.
Well, here we go.
3-on-1 situation. And they can't convert it. Well, a couple of Hawks players there collided with each other, so they both skate off. 1:46 left. Tate into the corner. Rui Tate under pressure. Wild pick it up and clear it out once more. It's Barlow. Barlow knows he's got support coming. Good play by the Hawks, but Hughes picks it up, dumps it in because he knows they're offside otherwise. And the Hawks look up ice one more time. Watson loses out to Hyde. Recovered in the middle by the Hawks again, and Tate.
I'm going to say it,
Give it away to Hyde. Hyde decides to shoot. O'Dell's got the answer.
A couple of heads have dropped on the Hawks team already.
Yeah, they have. 1:06 now in the game. Hopkins tries to wrap around, cleared out for it. Well, Warnock cleared in him out. O'Dell gets a save on. Hopkins still on the ice. You just see on the camera shot there, right to your screen, he's got his helmet off. There's literally a minute left in it. Well, Hopkins looks like he's going to skate to the bench, along with Daniel Hyde. Oh, and there's mouthing off going on between the two benches. Wild fans in protest. Davis is not looking happy. Oh,
Mr. Perrin's calling the captains together, is he?
He's calling both managers over. You see him there just speaking to the managers. So, face off. Well, Gary, let's remember there was altercations in the handshakes of this matchup last time these two teams met.
Oh, yes.
So I don't think people will go quietly, that's all I'm saying. Mayo, however, centre put round for Riddick. Riddick looks to play off the half boards. Grimes puts a body on Hagger. Harcourt, body on from Edwards this time. Hawks pinned in their own zone, 49 seconds left. Come out with Lutwich. Jacob Lutwich. Comes off the leg pad of Preston. Grimes gets there first. Edwards went to put the body on. Shot comes in. Wide of the net. Reeled in by Edwards. Knocks it forward for Hagger. Hagger under pressure. Jamming that puck up right out in front of the Blackburn bench. Chewing that clock. Hawks again. Riddick trying everything he can. Gilbert couldn't get it out of the skate to Grimes. There's the buzzer. And there is the first piece of silverware for the Widnes Wild. Preston gets himself a little shutout for the few minutes he got on the ice.
Yep.
But I tell you what, so many talking points in that game, Gary.
Yeah, it's the Wild pretty happy with themselves.
You see there, they're all over Preston because to them, he come in as the backup netminder. He's kept a clean sheet, even though he did see rubber.
Well, the thing is, the Wild do what they do best and always take the silverware.
Well, yeah, we don't know what it is. They've got a thing for silverware, the Wild. In the meantime, you can see there, Alex O'Dale looks absolutely distraught and knackered. But don't be, mate. You've stood on your head. You kept your team in that one. For me, if I had to be clinical, it was the final third for the Hawks where they really needed to make it change, and they just weren't getting enough pucks on net.
Yeah.
We see now in the handshakes.
Do you know what? I know it's a tough sport, and I know things get a bit heated, but at the end of the day, you leave it on the ice.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
A lot of people know each other in these teams. A lot of fun.
You see there, it's Will Harper who's leading the line for the Wild. Still a few happy words being exchanged. But I tell you what a game it was in the end. And if you're a Widnes fan, it's going to build and give you confidence knowing that you've bagged a little bit of silverware already this season. You're moving on. There's going to be a massive Christmas break now, which is going to disrupt the flow of everybody from Solway and Whitley right the way down to Sheffield and Deeside. What can you do, though, to keep it going?
Well, it's one of them, isn't it? You know, we hate the Christmas break. And especially this season, Ben, it's exceptionally long.
But Gary,
hey, we've said it already. People want to watch, want to get their hockey fix. They can tune into Drop the Puck on the YouTube channel, where there's a plethora of games to watch.
However, if you can get yourself down to Planet Ice Blackburn tomorrow night, you will see the Widnes Wild against the Blackburn Hawks in the league with the Hawks on home ice. And I tell you now, that will be nothing like the game of hockey you just watched there.
Well, they're going to get to do all this all over again tomorrow.
I think that's why there's no real love lost, because any scores that need settling, if you want to call it that, will be dealt with tomorrow when the league points matter, because a win tomorrow would close the gap between the Blackburn Hawks
Rich Haggart's got to be happy with his team performance today.
The Solihull Barons. Obviously, the North Challenge Cup, as I stated at the beginning of the show, started out life as the M56 Cup, featuring D-Side, but unfortunately, due to the home ice issues that D-Side were going through, meant that they couldn't fulfil the remaining fixtures.
Out of their hands, really, wasn't it, Ben?
Yeah. And they had to pull out the cup, which then cut this tournament short by a few games. The Hawks all standing, taking a knee now, waiting for the Man of the Match awards. Gary, who would you pick for the Hawks?
Do you know what? I think Riddick was a pain.
James Riddick was certainly a playmaker for me today.
Yeah, he was a real thorn in the side for the Wild. But saying that, you've got to say, on the other side, do you know who I liked in that game? I know we always say Matthew Barlow's good and stuff like that. Little Edwards.
Reece Edwards again,
proving he's taking it in there, isn't he? And he's going to be a name, like Steve Fellow says in previous games that we've covered here, he's going to be a name in the future. He's definitely a kid that's got all the makings of a good player.
Yeah, Edwards has got the heart and the engine to drive and drive and drive. And you can see that as it stands at the moment, he's on that first line of Widnes with Coulter, with Hagger, lapping up the experience that he's getting on there. So they've just grabbed one of the game pucks. That's going for Preston for his shutout. So applause being given to the Hawks, who put on a sterling performance, skated hard to the end. And of course the Wild as well. So Mr. Sprakes of Sprakes and Sons will be presenting the MVPs. So the netminder Alex O'Dale picks up the MVP. Do you know what? Quite rightly, I think, if it wasn't for O'Dale, he kept the Hawks within as close as he could for as long as he could.
Yeah, I mean, took a lot of rubber in those first two periods, and admittedly, he was probably the difference in keeping that score the way it was for a while.
Yeah, so obviously we spoke about it. 2-1 outshot the Wild did, and okay. So the Hawks doing a celebratory lap for their fans, showing the respect, and then quietly making their way back to the locker room to strategise and get ready for tomorrow night, where the Wild have to go to the Hawk Nest, and that is an intimidating rink right now. Doing a great job of filling that rink out and creating a great game day atmosphere. If you do get a chance, guys, get down there. No doubt most of our viewers today will already be there. And Preston gets the MVP for the Hawks.
Well, it's nice.
For the Wild, apologies.
It's nice that the both netminders get it.
But Preston comes on for over the period and a half, or half a period, and gets a shutout. Great for that young lad, for his potential, for building experience, confidence. No doubt Finney will have to keep one eye over his shoulder now. See Chris Preston quickly with him then. And now for the Wild fans watching, the presentation of the North One Challenge Cup.
Northern
Challenge Cup.
I don't think you're going out with this somehow.
That's what you think. I've loaned it to him for now. And Joey Coulter being asked to come over. Oh no, he said Hughes.
Bez Hughes. And is that Tom Jackson?
It is TJ, who's still on the injured list. And there it is there. You see it now. Hughes takes it in. And your champions of the North Challenge Cup, the Widnes Wild. Well, Gary, they came in with a goal advantage. And then on the day, seemed to almost fade away. And that the Hawks, I mean, they skated well. They put up a challenge for a period and a half, 2 periods. But in my eyes, I think they were almost saving themselves for the league, if I'm honest. It's right now they're in a lovely position, right in that mid pack. We're stringing a couple of wins together. Could be the key to their season.
Well,
and if you give the Wild false confidence by letting them win this little trophy today, I say little trophy, it's still silverware, but if you get them, win today, they may feel complacent tomorrow night when it matters for the points.
The league is important to them. They know that. We've seen the Wild fought well against Solway here last week, so they know that they can keep up with the top pack. But to do that, they've got to keep the guys below them down, and that means winning against teams like Blackburn Hawks.
Yeah, and the Hawks and the Barons are certainly putting the pressure on at the moment, chasing Widnes down in the league. But I tell you what, I'm honest, I'm gutted I can't make it tomorrow night myself. I'd love to be there watching that one.
Well, I think I'll be busy wrapping Christmas presents.
Ah, okay, you do that. But yeah, what a game of hockey that was. I do feel sorry for Blackburn. They put it all on the line there, gave everything. Odell stood on his head.
I love cup games. I love games like this where it's form book, the league and all that goes out the window, and it's just real derby battles. And it's a shame that D-side weren't still in it. That's just the way things went. So there was that adjustment, and it was a 2-horse race between these two. Yeah. And what a game they've given us.
Yeah, they did.
A good game up at Blackburn, where the Hawks were the victors, but by that one single point. But it wasn't enough to give them the trophy here tonight, because the Wild went away, done their homework, and did what they needed to do, and got the points on the board convincingly.
Yeah. Even though
short bench, they would say, a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the dangerous thing about it. The Wild, I wouldn't say, were at 100% tonight. Saying that, though, neither were the Hawks, who were a few crucial players missing. But it's something to build on, building blocks, and that's where I think a lot of the teams are this season.
Well, both teams are going to go away and lick their wounds a little bit for a very short period. Play each other tomorrow, and then I think there's about another week, is there, and then no more games after that.
I think that's it, yeah. Then there's Christmas break for almost 2-3 weeks.
And that Christmas break, of course, it's going to be a big void in the hockey, in your hockey life. Yeah. And of course, you can, I've already said several times already, you can get your hockey fix by tuning into our BASN TV YouTube channel, where you can look back at our archive stuff and hopefully,
earlier this season as well, possibly.
Well, maybe able to get some earlier games from this season in there as well. Keep you licking your lips a little bit, but don't write it off yet. The season is still a long way to go when it comes back after the Christmas period. But in the meantime, we've had a great day here at Plansice Widnes. As we always do. We've had great fun with both the teams, the staff, our camera crew, our production team, everybody behind the scenes. We'd just like to wish them all a Merry Christmas and hopefully a Happy New Year. And we'll see you all in the new year. I've been Gary Lee.
I've been Ben Lee.
And we've been Drop the Puck.